Well, I think there are many things that influence our residents' decisions to come to McKendree Village. I think that the continuum of care is certainly a draw for many of our residents. They like the opportunity to come here in independent living and then transition to other levels of care should they need to.
Well, it allows patients or residents to stay on campus and move within different levels, from independent to assisted to skilled nursing if needed. They can stay under one roof, receive services at every level from our rehab team.
Well, I think that the continuing care is important. I think that's the reason that I moved to McKendree Village, that I didn't want somebody else to make some decisions about where I would move in the future. I had just gone through with some of that with my mother deciding to move her from place to place, and I didn't want anybody else to do that. I wanted to move to a place where I knew I would have continuing care the rest of my life.
That was one of the most important considerations, that they could live as independently as they possibly can for the rest of their lives, and that the independent living area is great, and then there are great options if they need to move to a little bit more care requirements as they age, and having the ability to do that transition, at the right time is a really important thing. And we've used the rehab facility before on a return out of the hospital, and it's incredibly convenient to have a co-located facility like that, so that my mother could be in the apartment when my father was in rehab, and that's a really important thing.
Well, it has served me well in that when I moved in, my husband was taken care of, and the two buildings are joined by a walkway, and I was able to go from the towers to the nursing area anytime I wanted to, and it was so convenient to be with him and keep him company.
The main feature for us, of course, is the continuous care, and we just feel that knowing that we have people that cares about us to the very end is very important.
Well, I think that the transition periods, the ease of moving from one level to another, was important. It felt like I was buying long-term care, and that's exactly how it's turned out. Well, my daughter mentioned this morning, when I was ready to come out of rehab, they would have had to start scouring the city to find a place for me to go. But I just had to return here. It's just all a normal flow, and the staff makes it happen.
I think that the continuum of care helps us stand out because we promote that family quality of life. It's very important to us here because it's important to our residents that they get to maintain as much of a home-like lifestyle.